in peace. We ask not your counsels or your arms. Crouch down and lick the hands which feed you. May your chains set lightly upon you, and may prosperity forget that you were our countrymen. Benjamin Franklin said, those who can give up essential liberty to gain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. He also said, when the people find that they can vote themselves money, that will herald the end of the republic. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
To 2022. Thomas Jefferson said, the natural progress of things is for liberty to yield and government to gain ground. And George Washington said, there is nothing so likely to produce peace as to be well prepared to meet an enemy. Thomas Jefferson also said, every citizen should be a soldier. This was the case with the Greeks and the Romans, and must be that of every free state. William Blackstone said, free men have arms, slaves do not.
We need to remind them that.
And just a couple more here. Thomas Paine said, if there must be trouble, let it be in my day that my children may have peace. Thomas Paine also said, our plan is peace forever. He wrote in the Common Sense in 1776. And Thomas Jefferson said, it is not by the consolidation or concentration of powers, but by their distribution that good government is effective.
I'm sorry, the phone was super hot, boy. Luckily, I had a couple
Calvin
bottles
Coolidge
with ice
said,
in
nothing
it.
in this
I could
world
cool
can take
it
the
off.
place of persistence. Talent will not.
That kinda
Nothing
looked
is
like
more common than
it froze
unsuccessful
up.
men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is also a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts.
Well, thank you for coming back also there, Robin.
And alone are omnipotent. He also said patriotism is easy to understand in America. It means looking out for yourself.
Yeah, it got really hot.
By looking out for your country.
I moved to a different area, so hopefully the wind will go through the cold. And
he also said they criticize me for harping on the obvious.
I'm not going to be able to get any closer than this, I don't think.
Few simple things they know they ought to do, most of our big problems would take care of themselves.
Can you hear it all right?
Isn't that an amazing concept? He also said duty is not collective, it is personal.
They're running a little late on the Simon just started talking, so they're running a little late. Samuel
Adams wrote in 1776, our unalienable, unalterable resolution should be to be free.
Prayer.
John Adams said, you will never know how much it has cost my generation to preserve your freedom. I hope you will make good use of it. There's a lot that could be said. We have a lot of...
I like it when he has the bullhorn. It's even better.
A lot of history, as I mentioned. I'm not sure if I have time or not to read a quote or a speech from Ronald Reagan. But Ronald Reagan gave his inaugural address January 20th of 1981. I'm going to go ahead and start the speech. We'll see if I have time to get through it here. But he starts out by saying, Senator Hatfield, Mr. Chief Justice, Mr. President, Vice President Bush, Vice President Mondale, Senator Baker, Speaker O'Neill, Reverend Mamo, and his fellow citizens, to a few of us here today. This is a solemn and most momentous occasion, and yet in the history of our nation, it is a commonplace occurrence. The orderly transfer of authority, as called for in the Constitution, routinely takes place as it has for almost 2 centuries. and few of us stop to think how unique we really are. In the eyes of many in the world, this every 4-year ceremony we accept as normal is nothing less than a miracle. Mr. President, I want our fellow citizens to know how much you did to carry on this tradition. By your gracious cooperation in the transition process, we have shown a watching world that we are a united people pledged to maintaining a political system which guarantees individual liberty to a greater degree than any other. And I thank you and your people for all of your help in maintaining the continuity which is the bulwark of our republic. The business of our nation goes forward. These United States are confronted with an economic affliction of great proportions. We suffer from the longest and one of the worst sustained inflations in our national history. It distorts our economic decisions, penalizes thrift, and crushes the struggling young and the fixed income elderly alike. It threatens to shatter the lives of millions of our people. Idle industries have cast workers into unemployment, causing human misery and personal indignity. Those who do work are denied a fair return on their labor by a tax system which penalizes successful achievement and keeps us from maintaining full productivity. But as great as our tax burden is, it has not kept pace with public spending. For decades we have piled deficit upon deficit, mortgaging our future and our children's future for the temporary convenience of the present. To continue this long trend is to guarantee tremendous social, cultural, political, and economic upheavals. You and I as individuals can, by borrowing, live beyond our means, but for only a limited period of time. Why then should we think that collectively as a nation we are not bound by that same limitation? We must act today in order to preserve tomorrow. Let there be no misunderstanding. We are going to begin to act beginning today. The economic ills we suffer have come upon us over several decades. They will not go away in days, weeks, or months, but they will go away. They will go away because we, as Americans, have the capacity now, as we have had in the past, to do whatever needs to be done to preserve this last and greatest bastion of freedom. In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problems. Government is the problem. From time to time, we have been tempted to believe that society has become too complex to be managed by self-rule, that government by an elite group is superior to government for, by, and of the people. But if no one among us is capable of governing himself, then who among us has the capacity to govern someone else? All of us together, in and out of government, must bear the burden. The solutions we seek must be equitable, with no one group singled out to pay a higher price. We hear much of special interest groups. Our concern must be for a special interest group that has been too long neglected. It knows no sectional boundaries or ethnic or racial divisions, and it crosses political party lines. It is made up of men and women who raise our food, patrol our streets, man our mines and our factories, teach our children, teach our homes, and heal us when we are sick. Professionals, industrialists, shopkeepers, clerks, cabbies, and truck drivers. They are, in short, we the people, this breed called Americans.
Yeah.
Well, this administration's objective will be a healthy, vigorous, growing economy that provides an equal opportunity for all Americans, with no barriers born of bigotry or discrimination. Putting America back to work means putting all Americans back to work. Ending inflation means freeing all Americans from the terror of runaway living costs. We must share in the productive work of this new beginning, and all must share in the bounty of a revived economy. With the idealism and fair play, which are the core of our system and our strength, we can have a strong and prosperous America at peace with itself and the world. So as we begin, let us take inventory. We are a nation that has a government, not the other way around. And this makes us special among the nations of the earth. Our government has no power except that granted it by the people. It is time to check and reverse the growth of government, which shows the signs of having grown beyond the consent of the governed. It is my intention to curb the size and influence of the federal establishment and to demand recognition of the distinction between the powers granted to the federal government and those reserved to the states or to the people. All of us need to be reminded that the federal government did not create the states. The states created the federal government. Now, so there will be no misunderstanding, it is not my intention to do away with the government. It is rather to make it work with us, not over us, to stand by our side, not ride on our back. Government can and must provide opportunity, not smother it, foster productivity, not stifle it. If we look to the answer as to why, for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. It is no coincidence that our present troubles parallel and are proportionate to the intervention and intrusion in our lives that results from unnecessary and excessive growth of government. It is time for us to realize that we are too great a nation to limit ourselves to small dreams. We are not, as some would have us believe, doomed to an inevitable decline. I do not believe in a fate that will fall on us no matter what we do. I do believe in a fate that will fall on us if we do nothing. So with all the creative energy at our command, let us begin an era of national renewal. Let us renew our determination, our courage, and our strength, and let us renew our faith and our hope. We have every right to dream heroic dreams. Those who say that we are in a time when there are no heroes just don't know where to look. You can see heroes every day going in and out of factory gates. Others, a handful in number, produce enough food to feed all of us and then the world beyond. You meet heroes across a counter, and they are on both sides of that counter. There are entrepreneurs with faith in themselves and faith in an idea to create new jobs, new wealth, and opportunity. There are individuals and families whose taxes support the government and whose voluntary gifts support church, charity, culture, art, and education. Their patriotism is quiet but deep. Their values sustain our national life. I have used the words they and their in speaking of these heroes. I could use you and your because I am addressing the heroes of whom I speak. You, the citizens of this blessed land. Your dreams, your hopes, your goals are going to be the dreams, the hopes, and the goals of this administration. So help me God.
Amen.
We shall reflect the compassion that is so much a part of your makeup. How can we love our country and not love our countrymen? And love them, and loving them, reach out a hand when they fall, heal them when they are sick, and provide opportunities to make them self-sufficient so they will be equal in fact and not just in theory. Can we solve the problems confronting us? Well, the answer is unequivocal and emphatic. Yes. To paraphrase Winston Churchill, I did not take the oath I have just taken with the intention of presiding over the dissolution of the world's strongest economy. In the days ahead, I will propose removing the roadblocks that have slowed our economy and reduced productivity. Steps will be taken aimed at restoring the balance between the various levels of government. Progress may be slow, measured in inches and feet, not miles, but we will progress. It is time to reawaken the industrial giant, to get government back within its means, and to lighten our punitive tax burden. And these will be our first priorities. and on these principles, there will be no compromise. On the eve of our struggle for independence, a man who might have been one of the greatest among the founding fathers,
We're
Dr.
doing that
Joseph
tomorrow.
Warren, president of
We're
the,
going to D.C. tomorrow
Massachusetts Congress,
on the 4th
said
of
to his
July.
fellow Americans, "Our country is in danger, but not to be despaired of. On you depends the fortunes of America. You are to decide the important questions upon which rests the happiness and the liberty of millions yet unborn. Act worthy of yourselves." Well, I believe we, the Americans of today, are ready to act worthy of ourselves, ready to do what must be done to ensure happiness and liberty for ourselves, our children, and our children's children. And as we renew ourselves here in our own land, we will be seen as having greater strength throughout the world. We will again be the exemplar of freedom and a beacon of hope to those who do not now have freedom. To those neighbors and allies who share our freedom, we will strengthen our historic ties and assure them of our support and firm commitment. We will match loyalty with loyalty. We will strive for mutual beneficial relations, and we will not use our relationship to impose on their sovereignty, for our own sovereignty is not for sale. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be
Simon has a
reminded
great
that
voice.
peace is the highest aspiration
Sounds
of
better
the
than a
American
bullhorn,
people.
though.
We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it, now or ever. And as for the enemies, our forbearance shall never be misunderstood. Our reluctance for conflict should not be misjudged as a failure of will. When action is required to preserve our national security, we will act. We will maintain sufficient strength to prevail if need be, knowing that if we do so, we have the best chance of never having to use that strength. Above all, we must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. I am told that tens of thousands of prayer meetings are being held on this day, and for that I am deeply grateful. We are a nation under God, and I believe God intended that for us to be free. It would be fitting and good, I think, if on each inauguration day in future years it should be declared a day of prayer. This is the first time in history that this ceremony has been held, as you have been told, on this west front of the Capitol. Standing here, one faces a magnificent vista opening up on this city's special beauty and history. At the end of this open mall are those shrines to the giants of whose shoulders we stand. Directly in front of me, the monument to a monumental man, George Washington, father of our country, a man of humility who came to greatness reluctantly. He led America out of revolutionary victory into infant nationhood. Off to one side, the stately memorial to Thomas Jefferson. The Declaration of Independence flames with his eloquence. And then beyond the reflecting pool, the dignified columns of the Lincoln Memorial. Whoever would understand in his heart the meaning of America will find in the life of Abraham Lincoln. Beyond those monuments to heroism is the Potomac River, and on the far shore, the sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row on row of simple white markers bearing the crosses or stars of David. And they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kinds of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There, on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We are told that on his body was found a diary. On the leaflet, under the heading, "My Pledge," he had written these words: "America must win this war. Therefore, I will work. I will save. I will sacrifice. I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost, as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone." End quote. The crisis we are facing today does not require of us the kind of sacrifice that Martin Treptow and so many thousands of others were called upon to make. It does require, however, our best effort and our willingness to believe in ourselves and to believe in our capacity to perform great deeds. To believe that together, with God's help, we can and will solve the problems which now confront us. And after all, why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans. God bless you and thank you. The words of Ronald Reagan, his inaugural address in January 20th, 1981. And with that, happy birthday, America.
Yeah.
What is it, 246, I believe. Somebody can fact check that.
Freedom!
You ready?
Thank you, Simon. Thank you so much for all of your... Let's give him another round of applause, guys. Thank you, Simon.
Simon! I don't know, my phone's heating up real bad. I got an ice bottle. I'm trying to keep it cold.
We have a beautiful young lady coming up. She loves the Lord, and she was a worship leader back home. She's going to be playing some worship songs for y'all. So who wants to hear some worship songs? Woo-hoo!
Monday sermon requested.
Linda Green. Linda Green. We will be hearing from her next. How can I help you?
I got an ice bottle, so hopefully I'll keep it cold, well, cool.
Sorry for the interruption, guys. We have our trucker. We had some things come up, so Big D is going to help guide. He is going to line up so we can complete our stage setup.
Yeah, Simon always does the great job.
Okay, my amp's very small, so you'll probably just hear my voice. Sing along with me when I sing a song you know. This first song I actually wrote, and I'll tell you, it's 1776 right here. God is up to something, and I know it's going to be good. Ready? Tell Santa to get his harmonica out. He's going to need it. Here we go. This ain't your mama's Christian music, sorry. Oh, God is up to something. Oh, God is up to something. God is up to something. And I know it's gonna be good, oh yeah. Walking in the fire. Flames are getting higher. Oh, God is up to something. And I know it's gonna be good, hey, hey. Standing at the Red Sea. Oh, Pharaoh's coming after me. Oh, God is up to something. And I know it's gonna be good.
Because they came back from church probably about an hour and a half ago.
Y'all can clap if you want to. Oh, Daniel's in the lion's den.
Sorry for shaking. I got a
well, God is up
frozen water trying to cool the battery down. I mean, trying to get the.
Our nation is a reeling, but I got a feeling that God is up to something, and I know it's gonna be good. Oh yeah, know it's gonna be good. Our nation is a reeling.
I'm fine.
Boy,
Thank
you got that right. Our nation is a reeling, but I got a feeling.
Because it's like after 2 here.
That God is up to something, and I know it's gonna be good. Oh yeah, I know it's gonna be good. I know it's gonna be good. Can y'all sing that with me? God is up to something. That's what you gotta say. God is up to something. Oh, God is up to something, and I know it's gonna be good. You do that again with me, real easy. God is up to something. And God is up to something.
Oh,
God is up to something, and I know it's gonna be good. Oh yeah, I know it's gonna be good, 'cause He's good. I know it's gonna be good. Yeah! Woo! God is up to something. Oh, and the enemy don't know what it is, and it's driving him crazy. I know y'all know this one. Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. Jesus on the main... No, he's on the cell phone. All right. Jesus on the cell phone. Tell him what you want. Jesus on the cell phone. Tell him what you want. Jesus on the cell phone. Tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want. His line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. His line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Hey, his line is
I don't see Captain Sparrow
Tell
here
him
today.
what you want. Call him up and tell him what you want.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Jesus on the main line. Tell him what you want. Oh, Jesus on the cell phone. Tell him what you want. Jesus on the cell phone. Tell them what you
Yeah,
want.
that's a good idea there,
Come up and tell
Lisa.
them what you want. You need a healing? If you need your body healed, tell them what you want. If you need
It's a
your
lot hotter
belly
today than it
filled,
was
tell them
yesterday.
what you want. If
I
you
wish those
need
clouds
some
would have stayed,
money,
so
tell them what you want.
at least it'd have been
Call
cooler.
up and tell them what you want. Hey, Jesus on the cell phone, tell them what you want. Jesus on the cell phone, tell them what you want.
I won't be able to go closer to the stage. That sun's just way too hot
Tell them
today.
what you want. Call them up and tell them what you want. Woo! I've called them up a few times. I'm calling them up for the 1776ers. You better believe I'm calling them up. All right, ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. How about yours? Hey, it tried. It tried.
Oh yeah, I
They said
got.
had rheumatoid
I've already
arthritis.
drank 2
Jesus
waters
said,
since
"No,
I've
you
been sitting
don't."
over here on this
I called
side.
them up and told them what I want, and I'm healed. All right, here we go. Come on, Lynn. Stay down. Stay down. Okay. Shame is a
Wow.
prison. As
What's the
cruel
humidity
as
there?
grave.
Lisa, what's the
Shame is
humidity?
a robber. He's come to take my name. Love is my redeemer, lifting me up from the ground. Love is the power where my freedom song is found. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Fear is a liar with a smooth and velvet tongue.
There's not
Fear is a
as many
tyrant.
people
He's
today
always
as there
telling
was
me to
yesterday.
run. Love is resurrection, and love is a trumpet sound. Love is my weapon. I'm gonna take my giants down. Ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. Ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. There was a battle, a war between death and life. There on a tree, the Lamb of God was crucified. He went down into hell, and he took back every key. He rose up as a lion, and he set the captives free. Ain't no grave, no, gonna hold my body down. Ain't no government gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna come up out of the ground. Ain't no government gonna hold my body down. Hey, you wanna sing that line with me? Ain't no government gonna hold my body down. Ain't no tyrant gonna hold my body down. If he walked out of the grave, then I walk too. If he walked out of the grave, I'm walking too. If he walked out of the grave, I'm walking too. 'Cause ain't no tyrant gonna hold my body down. Ain't no tyrant gonna hold my body down. Yeah, I know you can't hear it. That's a teeny little. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew y'all couldn't hear that. I'm all supposed to be. You guys tell me when. That's my Uncle Si. That's my worship horn. That's my trumpet. For you, D. He needs one of those. Tell me when you want me to.
I need to move it a little bit. I didn't realize she moved way over there. She needs to stand still. Every time I adjust the phone, she starts moving. I think if it stays this hot, it'll be okay. It wasn't as hot when I went to put my shoes on, and as it is. That's a good idea, though. One of those cool down rags. I don't know where they all went to, though. That's the problem.
Can you hear Greg? Can you give me a thumbs up on that, guys? All right, they said they can hear it. All right, we're going to do one more song. I want to dedicate this to Brian. I don't want to make you guys cry, but somebody put this on the Facebook, and it made me cry. But it's Vince Gill. And it's called something about the mountain. Yeah, you guys will know it. Let's get this in here. Oh, okay.
It's alright, it's good to cry. There's nothing wrong with that. Body's telling you need to cry, you gotta cry.
Are you waiting for me to... Are you waiting? Okay, you want me to strum it?
I'm sorry, Robin.
Stay down. Can you hear it, Greg?
Not the guitar.
No, they said no.
Not the guitar. You can't
I heard
hear.
it earlier, though. I'm not sure why. Just show us why. We don't know. But our eyes on you. You know, when they went out to battle, which you guys are going out to battle tomorrow, they sent the praisers and the worshipers first. Because, you know, that confuses the enemy. They don't think you guys are going to be happy. You guys are happy warriors. You're going out as happy warriors. And we're going to send you off. I want to dedicate this last song to Bryant. I know your life on earth was troubled. I don't know about that, but it's just a good song. Go rest high on that mountain, son. Your work on earth is done. I got touched watching a live stream when Santa shared about Brian's testimony, and then how they were in a restaurant, and this kid was choking, and this kid was turning blue. I mean, he was going to die. And if I got it right, Santa, I hope I got it right. But anyway, so the paramedics, everybody tried. And then Bryant walks over and says, "Can I pray for him?" And so Santa said this is how Brian would be. He went over, laid his hands on him, prayed for him, turned around and just walked away. And he was getting ready to go out the door, and the mother screams, and the little kid comes back. Is that cool? Good. See, we can do that, guys. We can do that. Jesus told us to do that. We can do a lot of things, we're finding out. All right, can they hear me? Can you hear the guitar? No. Want me to just go ahead? Okay. Oops, I don't want to get up there. I know your life on earth was troubled. Only you could know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You're no stranger to the rain. You go rise high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven, then a shouting, love for the Father and the Son.
Thanks for sharing,
Oh,
Brian.
how we cry. This is for Brian. Oh, how we cry.
Sure.
The day you left us. We gather round your grave to grieve. Wish we could see the angels' faces when we hear your sweet voice sing. Go rise high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven, a shouting, love for the Father and the Son. Go rise high on that mountain. Son, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven, a shouting, love for the Father and the Son. This is for you, Bryant. I know you're in that cloud of witnesses and you're cheering us on. The Bible says there's a great cloud of witnesses, and they are cheering us on right now as we're running this race. He passed the baton. Your work on earth is not done. Brian finished his, but yours is not done, and mine is not done. And we're going to keep running this race.
That's right.
Victoria
Yeah.
asked me if I would share. Yeah, that's for Brian. Oh, what a precious man. Look what little time he spent. I mean, I just learned about him, and look, he's impacted my life. We just never know. So Victoria asked me to share why I'm here. Well, the Canadian thing, and then we heard about a convoy in California, and my husband and I like to pray every morning, and that's what we do. God told us 3 years ago, turn the TV off and start praying, so that's what we do. And then we happen to catch the live streamers. If you don't think these live streamers are important, we're here because of a live streamer. I'll give a shout out to Oreo and all of them, but he just happens to be the one who happened to. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. And so I said, Greg, I want to come up and check out their spirit. That's what I said. Because I don't want to just join myself with anybody. I've done that before and gotten burnt. We came up here, I felt your spirit, I felt your heart, I fell in love with you guys. If we're not up here at your rally, we're watching you on the live stream. So anyway, we 100% support you financially with our prayers, with some songs to send you off tomorrow. So that's my story. Love you guys. Thank you. I just want to say, we honor you guys so much. I feel like I'm on holy ground when I'm walking around here. I'm not trying to put y'all up on a pedestal, but you're such patriots. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for sharing your story. Remind me, where are you from again? Oh, Virginia, Amosville. Oh, yeah, we were at the parade with y'all. That's wonderful. Thank you. It's so great to see locals come out here.
That's right.
So, hi everyone. My name is Victoria LaRocca. I also go by Curly. I wonder why. And I would like to see a show of hands. Who is new? Who just arrived today? Awesome. Or is just here for today? Wonderful. Welcome. I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for joining. Please don't hesitate to come up to anyone working the booths, myself, Santa, Ryan. They would love to have a conversation with you and learn more about you and why you're here. If you'd like to stay overnight, you are more than welcome to do so as well. Just a few announcements. Our lunch is a little bit delayed, so get your tummies ready to eat some yummy food. We have a 50-50 raffle going on today. You can go over there to my right and you can see Brooke or Jennifer. They'd love to help you. We have also some items for a silent auction. The way it works, I believe, is that you're just going to put in what you would like to bid, and the highest bidder will be the winning bid for each of those items. Later on today, we're also going to be doing a live auction. Those are a lot of fun, so we're going to bring out some items here, and you guys can have a chance to bid on those. All proceeds go towards 1776 Restoration Movement. Also want to give a big thank you to all of our live streamers today. I see Buffalo Man. I'm sure Frankie Bobby is here. I know we're all trying to stay in the shade. Stormtrooper on YouTube, Live with Joshua on YouTube. Santa does Convoy Santa. I also have Glory B streaming. Oreo Express streaming on YouTube. So thank you to all of our streamers. They are our media coverage. Without them, it would be a lot more challenging to get the word out. So let's give a round of applause for them. Okay, next up, I'd like to invite Ron to the stage. He is going to lead us with our national anthem today. Ron is a local. He lives about an hour and a half away in Pennsylvania. He's come in here and there. All right, let's all stand.
Okay. Had to move so I wouldn't knock the tripod over.
Would you please stand and remove your hat?
You bet.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Airborne. Airborne.
Ron. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, if I could have Chuck come up to the stage. Chuck is our website designer. He also has his own blog and website called magamericans.com. He is beautiful with the word pen and paper, so he is going to share something that he wrote down last night.
Hello again. We are all sinners. We have all fallen short of the glory of God. None of us are alike, and in our different worlds we may even be enemies. But now in this time we are rallying around patriotism and not allowing the splintering of this great movement to occur. Everyone in the military is not alike, nor do they all like each other, but for their country they stand together. Now I am way out of my comfort zone. I am a writer, not a speaker, and no offense to any of you patriots out there, but I don't want to be standing on this stage right now. Don't worry though, it's me, not you. I'm not used to holding a microphone when I talk, and it seems hotter up here than it was down there. So I don't want to, but I do it anyway. I feel a duty to do it. Duty, a moral obligation, a responsibility, a task or action that someone is required to do. Required, not suggested, not considered, required. When in a long chain of abuses, pursuing invariably the same object exposes a design to reduce the people under absolute despotism, it is the people's right. It is the people's duty to throw off such government. Thomas Jefferson, kinda. It is our right, it is our duty. We have talked a lot about duty. Men of old had a sense of duty, and it was all understood. It was respected, and it was even celebrated. When war or any other serious threat to their liberty came about, it was understood that men would leave their homes to go do their duty. It was just understood. When the call rang out to defend liberty and freedom, it would be answered. It was honorable. More importantly, it was expected. It was just something you were expected to do. In 1867, while delivering an inaugural address at the University of St. Andrews, John Stuart Mill said, "Let not anyone pacify his conscience by the delusion that he can do no harm if he takes no part and forms no opinion. Bad men need nothing more to compass their ends than that good men should look on and do nothing. He is not a good man who without a protest allows wrong to be committed in his name, and with the means which he helps to supply, because he will not trouble himself to use his mind on the subject." People won't trouble themselves. Have we become too comfortable, too conditioned? I find so much wisdom in the quotes from our fathers and other patriots of old. To hear directly from the people who designed and wrote the Declaration of Independence, as well as the Constitution, is really almost as important as the documents themselves, in reference to understanding them anyway. The left has effectively made the wisdom of the founders irrelevant by judging men of the 18th century by the standards of today. Pick the target, freeze it, personalize it, and finally polarize it. If you're familiar with Saul Alinsky and his 12 rules for radicals, you may know that that is his 12th rule. However, their wisdom cannot and should not be overlooked. James Madison said, "Oppressors can tyrannize only when they achieve a standing army, an enslaved press, and a disarmed populace. Check, check, and from my cold dead hands."
Yeah, you bet.
So watch out, the barrel might be hot. The right to bear arms is to help prevent tyranny. It is not for hunting or target shooting. Its sole purpose was to protect against tyranny. "Crisis is the rallying cry of a tyrant," said James Madison. I wonder how that could be applied to the last few years.
Right. You're right.
Let us all remember, a constitution, quote, "A constitution defines and limits the powers of the government it creates. It therefore follows as a natural and also a logical result that the government exercise of any power, the government exercise of any power not authorized by the Constitution is an assumed power. And
That's right,
therefore
Daniel. Whatever. I haven't been reading the chat. I'm listening to the people.
All we can do is move forward as a movement.
always
Stay on
support
mission
everyone
and
on
hope
this
people
chat.
notice. Hope that people are smart enough to understand that 90% of the stories they read or the videos they watch are from people with their own agenda. Most are to try to bring this movement down. Some do it to advance their own careers or interests, but don't really support the movement itself. It doesn't matter who hates us or who tries to bring us down. They have no effect on us, as we are not your run-of-the-mill Americans. We are patriots armed with the Constitution of the United States of America. We are the greatest nation this world has ever seen, and we will remain that shining city on a hill because there is nowhere else to go after this. No other country is going to offer support. No one will come to our rescue, so we must rescue ourselves. We have done it before. We can and must do it again. This time we were provided the divinely inspired tools to do so. Armed with the Constitution, we will march together as one. We will carry out the mission because it is our duty. To the people watching at home, thank you for all the love, support, and prayers. You fill our emotional gas tanks when they are almost empty. So come take a ride with us. It's going to be a beautiful morning in America again. Will you join us? I'd like to finish
Yeah!
Thanks, Joe. I want to finish with a quick prayer. And bless the food. It's about ready. Please bow your heads. Heavenly Father, please bless the food that we're about to eat as a group together, and search us, God, and know our hearts today. Cleanse us from every sin and set us free. May the strength of God sustain us. May the power of God preserve us. May the hands of God protect us. May the way of God direct us. May the love of God go with us this day and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Go eat.
I don't know if I'm going to eat. Yesterday when I ate, it got so hot, I almost fell asleep. But I am going to get me another couple of waters.
All right, you should hear that cowbell. It's time to eat.
Where's dinner bell
Please
at?
go ahead and help yourselves. The kitchen will be serving food for the next 20 minutes or so. Don't run all at once. My goodness.
Well, I'm going to get a couple of waters. I don't know if I'm going to eat right now.
I just grabbed the end. It looked like roast beef.
Piece of coffee came down, so then I didn't feel bad about it. The phone's blazing hot, so it's turned off.
They're pretty close. Getting it all over. Standing in the sun.
Oh, they start opening up.
Got fire up through my soul. Hit my pride. Fist up high. Feel the rush on my feet.
Looks like I got the reefer fixed this morning or late.
Stop the gas. Drop the rock me hard. Stop my heart. To blow the speaker right.
The other trailer is refrigerated. Whenever it gets real hot outside, they open up the trailer and let people go in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Kids on the road posted pictures on the last 2 days. She's like, something about you guys love having a walking cruiser at work on days like this.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go in there and sit for a little bit. Low humidity, so all your sweat dries off, you know.
Alright, what do y'all want to chat about now? I just introduced myself to Wyckoff and he was complaining about the internet out here, and I told him I have straight talk. I don't know if I'm going to eat anything. Yesterday when I ate, I felt uncomfortable. It was so hot. Well, you know, just like you always say, thank you for the what do you call it, the stream. I thank you for all coming in here. I looked for some of those cool things, but I couldn't see any. I don't know where they're at. That's a good idea, whoever brought that up. I can soak it down and put it on over here away from the camera right here. But like, keep my, I don't need to see the picture. And whoever came on while the people were speaking, I'm not going to speak over them. You know, they're here for a reason, and y'all want to hear them. I want to hear them too. Yeah, everybody's welcome here. No, Lisa, you're the one that brought that up. I looked around. I was going to go to my car and plug my tent and get a sock. I don't know why everybody think, well, look at that weirdo with the sock around his phone. I think it'll be all right just as long as I don't take it out into the sun. Because when I went to put new shoes on and everything, the sun had moved and it was hitting part of the phone, and it got too hot. And I think it kind of like shut everything down. Well, I don't see anybody wearing them. That's a good idea. I think I have some clean rags in my car. I could cool them down, and you can do it the same way. Put them in my cooler. Yeah, they have those things called coolers. I went to all the Walmarts around here, and they didn't carry them, but Walmart sells them, and but not in the stores. You have to order them online. And then I went to Best Buy. It's the same thing. You think in the summertime they think, hey, we need to sell these. Hey, that's a good answer there, Stella H. I'm gonna go run that past Buffalo Man. Yeah, Buffalo Man like that. We are no longer streamers. We are the people's media. Who thought that up? I'm not going to take credit for it. I went telling one of the person on my chat said that. Stella, okay, Stella, we're throwing. We're no longer streamers. We are the people's media. Yeah, I'm getting kind of excited for tomorrow. Speedy's gonna ride with me into DC, so that's nice. I'll have somebody to talk to. And I liked him off as soon as he backed his scooter up over there and started talking to me, but we kind of like boom hit it. Yep, it is, Stella. I'm not going to take credit for it. I'm going to say somebody on my stream said, we are not streamers. We are the people's media. Here's Wyckoff.
I want to just come up here while you guys are getting food and want to give a special thank you to Jeremiah and his wife for helping out with the food. Let's give him a round of applause. He's fighting in the back over there. And let's see what else we have going on. We have another live streamer, Wyckoff, in the house. Woohoo! Thank you for streaming us.
Hey, we're not streamers. We're the people's media.
People are still in line. If you are done,
Somebody said,
please don't
one girl
forget,
said that on my
come on
chat. I
over
go,
to
yeah.
support our vendors. We have Bob and his son Mike with Bob's flags and hats.
We're not streamers. We're the people's media
Visit
now.
them, show your support.
We're not
We have
streamers. We're
David
people's
doing
media
decals in the
now.
back. You can
Some girl,
support him
Stella
over there in
H
the
on my
back.
chat said,
And
you
then
know
don't forget we
streamers,
have
you're
our
the
items
people's
for silent
media.
auction. So browse through the table over here, and then we have Ridgeline with a t-shirt and the official 1776 Restoration Movement hat. And then, last but not least, we also have Steve with Constitution. If you don't have a Constitution, I highly recommend to visit him and get one. They can fit in your pocket. They're like this thin, 45 pages long, and it's a great bathroom read.
I turned off kids mode on mine. It says not for kids, and that's how I got my chat back up here.
I'm gonna call our first speaker our next speaker for the afternoon.
I'll throw in my tent for now.
Cool, yeah. You see him, I mean, it could be midweek. Yeah, that's fine. Just give it to him and say some dude gave it to me.
Oh, thank goodness the sun went behind a cloud. That's right, Stella. Tell everybody to get on YouTube tomorrow. It don't matter whose stream you're watching. Just get on there and as we go, give us your prayers. need to get shirts made that says the People's Media on. That's our press pass. We don't need to have a press pass. We'll have our t-shirts that says the People's Media. Now all the streamers are the People's Media. Thank you, Stella, for having that good brain working for us. I don't know, Steve. Yesterday I ate when it was just hot out, and all I did was start sweating. When I eat, I get real hot, and I guess my stomach's grinding and turning it over. It makes me hot. I'm not that hungry right now, anyways. I've been drinking a lot of water, so. Yesterday I drank too much Gatorade. And, my stomach felt like crap last night, but I started drinking water again, and it got some of that stuff out of me. Yeah, we need shirts like that with all of our with our People's Media names on it. When those longer streamers, remember that we're the People's Media. Plus, most of my food, I like pizza cold. I like a lot of my sandwich. If I cook hamburgers and stuff like that, I always cook extra so I can have a cold hamburger. I kind of like that. I don't know if that's weird, but I kind of like it. I don't like cold French fries, though. I can have a cold hamburger, but I cook some French fries, and so they're crispy in a cold hamburger. That's all right. Hey, Robin, I just thank you for always saying good afternoon to everybody and welcome. Thank you very much for saying that all the time. I guess most of the chat spread out right now since everybody's streaming. I still have 40 people in here, that's all right. I don't know, Robin. I think I got some nuts and stuff in my car. I don't know. Yesterday I ate. I really didn't have that much, but I got so hot. I'll be all right. The People's Media. There's Speedy on his scooter. He goes by Speedy.
Oh, Speedy?
Yeah. It's a nice bike. It's an Indian.
It's a pretty bike. Yeah, they are.
He was camping out next to me, and he had to go home for the night, and then he came back. He's gonna ride. He's gonna ride with me tomorrow. I told him, make sure you bring your helmet, strap in. We're going full force. And my chat's riding in the back seat. I told them to make sure they have their helmets on and strap in.
I used to put my helmet on to drive my car. It kept other people away from me.
Oh, sure, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a hat that looked like a cop hat. Yeah. And I had a blacked out car. And,
This is my Ranger cap from Desert Storm.
Oh,
I always bring it on special occasions. I start to wear it.
Very cool.
Surprised that it's 40 years old. I only bring it out on special occasions.
Yeah.
All right. We need about 10,000 on those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are there, Robin. The people's media's bringing the real. Let's see, we got to think up of a slogan, not the fake news or something, you know. Got to come up with the slogan. Hey, Frankie, Bobby, come here a second.
What's up?
Stella H on my chat said, "We are no longer streamers. We are the people's media." How do you like that?
I like that idea. I like that the way that sounds. That sounds very good.
And we got to
the
come
people's
up.
media.
We got to come up with a catchy phrase.
Stella H.
Yeah.
Stella H. Guys.
The people's
has coined a way of saying the people's media, talking about us streamers out here.
We are no longer streamers. We are the people.
Yeah, no longer considered a streamer. Now the people's media. That sounds pretty cool.
Now we got to come up with a slogan.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There you go. The people's media, the truth as it is.
That sounds good. Man, it's hot out here.
Yeah, I was sitting over there and I went to change my shoes and use the restroom. I came back, my phone was so hot I had to turn it off and come over here. And like only a little bit of it was hitting that.
Yeah, that's all it takes. I mean, it does, it overheats. I was waiting to put a battery pack on mine. That way it wouldn't overheat too bad. It's pretty hot just sitting out here live streaming. But I had it in the shade, more or less. But I'm fixing to have to add a battery pack fix. I'm almost down to 50%.
Well, I was reading
the most early days.
My book that came with the thing, it told me for better battery life, only charged to 85%.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. Buffalo Man has a phone cooler.
Yeah.
That he put on the back of his phone. He said his battery life lasts him a long time compared to previous to having the cooler. He said it doesn't drain the battery like we experience. So I haven't found one yet. I
went to all three Walmarts around here. I went to both Best Buys.
Right.
And both of them told me, well, we only sell those online. I go, well, that's really stupid.
Yeah, exactly right. Who needs one right now? Nobody, apparently, right? Because we have to get it
The people's
online.
media do.
Exactly, we do.
The people's media needs them.
Well, I'm going to go find my shade spot, sit back up, and
go
pull off, all right? I'll see you in a little bit.
Well, Shirlene, I wasn't raised that way. In a military family, it was either mom, ma'am, or a spanking from dad. That's all I had. Mom, ma'am, or spanking. And I don't call that abuse. That's teaching you respect. I wonder if those guys are at the biker church this morning. I want to. The guy with the. I don't want to be obvious or anything, but the guy with the blue. Where am I at? Am I going too far? The guy with the blue shirt there. He's got a Hope something church on his T-shirt, I think. I wonder if he's the pastor of it. That'd be great if the church said, hey, we're going with you tomorrow. here now. I don't want to lose the picture. There we go. Hey, who put the lid on this water? There we go. Man, that sucker was on there.
Everyone, we still have a few people who are still grabbing some food to eat, but in the meantime I'm going to go ahead and have our next speaker come up. Hopefully she has had a bite to eat already, maybe a little bit in the middle of eating. Nebraska, I knew I was going to get you mid-bite. Hello? Hi. So this morning Victoria asked me if I'd like to come up and share my story, and my anxiety went whoop, and I'm like, oh, I can't do it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my anxiety went whoo, and I'm like, live streamers everywhere. I'm a little camera shy.
The people's media.
But Santa says we're going to be on TV tomorrow, so maybe it's time to get over that. So much like everybody here, most people here, I started watching this in Canada. It was amazing to me. It reached out to me. It called to me. The world needs a movement like this. The people need to wake up. The people need to stand up and say what they want to be heard. A few weeks later, it's here, and I'm watching it on TV, and more people are waking up. I drove my family and friends crazy talking about all of the things that they were doing driving across the country. Finally, when the convoy was back to DC this last time, they stopped in Sidney, Nebraska, which is 2 hours away from where I live. A very dear friend of mine decided that we were going to go show our support. On the way home that night, she goes, I want to go. And I said, I do too. We decided that if we didn't go, we would end up regretting it for the rest of our life. A few weeks later, we were here. When we walked into camp, Santa says, grab a chair, sit down. Several people said, welcome, make yourselves at home. And the feeling here, the wonderful, beautiful, good people here, was just nothing short of amazing.
About to overheat over
Might want to get up there by Simon so you get more shade.
Yeah, but I don't want to block you.
Yeah.
So a couple of days in to being here, and this really defined me being here. A very good friend of mine since junior high. We have very opposite political views. So for years we have just not talked about it. And she asked me what I was doing here, and I said, well, we're here to restore the constitutional republic. And she asked me, she said, how do we do this and keep the rights of citizens? And I said that we need to put our petty differences aside and remind the government that they work for us.
Yeah.
And she said to me, that is something that I can agree with. So I am here to join everybody here who is tired of the government sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I am here to march with you. And it is time that we the people stand up and put the government in its place.
Yeah.
Our forefathers set for them. And you all know this one. It is time to remind them that they
work for us.
Otherwise, we're going to have to get my for you, which gives very minimal.
Give it up one more time for Nebraska.
Yeah.
She was here last week with her family. They left, and then she came back by herself. So it's so great to have her back with us. So thank you, Nebraska. Thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone, too. A lot of us are stepping out of our comfort zones being here and being part of this movement. All right, next up is my greatest honor and pleasure to invite Frankie and his girl Cheyenne to the stage. They have an amazing testimony, an amazing story, why they are a part of our movement and what God has done in their lives that has brought them here to this moment. If everyone can give it up for Frankie and Cheyenne. They have been getting a lot of fire, a lot of heat from the media, from the trolls, and I just want to say that 1776 stands behind them, beside them, 110%. Thank you so much for, it's kind of like our modern day martyrs. You know, we get accused of things, and it's the modern day martyrdom. And so he's gonna take it from here. Thank you, Frankie.
Hold this clicker. First, I want to start by saying that I want to thank God, first of all, because Shai accepted Jesus this morning at church. So thank you, God. Thank you, God. Okay, my bad, sorry. The other thing that I wanted to say is actually I wanted to come up here with Big D's drum right now because there was a drum beaten 246 years ago today. And when that little, it was a younger man most of the time that beat that drum. And when that dude fell down, somebody else picked up that drum and beat it to that line. This isn't just a 3-day weekend for me. People died for this country, and that's why I came out here, because God led me to be here today. So with that, there's a lot of speculation on my juvenile past. I'm going to start from the beginning. Around the age of 5, I was molested repeatedly by a man that liked to wear women's lingerie. It affected me for a very, very, very long time. Actually, until this last prison set, I went to prison for armed robbery in Arizona. It affected me negatively, and I acted out as a child. I acted out as a child with other children. And there was 3 of us, and the family didn't want to press charges, but the state picked up the charges and pressed charges against us. Well, 2 of us. And I ended up going to Oregon Youth Authority, which is pretty much youth prison. And at that point, I hadn't had no male role model in my life. The male role model I had in my life, well, I told you about him. And so I got in there, and I started acting out. I could have got out of YA in 6 months, but because I was tattooing and I tried to escape, and I was messed up. I was running from something and I didn't know what it was. It actually took me 20 years to figure it out. So as time went on, I got into a lot of outlaw criminal activity. I was a severe drug addict for over half my life. I count my clean time from the last time I got out of prison. I could have used drugs while I was in prison, and I chose not to. I did relapse while I was in prison, but I chose not to. I tried to stay away from it as much as possible. My goal in coming out here, honestly, I don't hide. I'm not hiding from anybody. I put a video on YouTube saying that I'm not hiding from anybody. I have no fear of judgment of any man. I know who I am today. I found Christ in Maricopa County, one of the hardest county jails in the nation, all right, on 7/11/2017. All right, I know my date. I know my date. I know her date now too, and so do you guys. Thank God, right? So, with all that being said, I had a child when I was in Arizona. I was a pretty messed up individual. My baby's mom was homeless because I was homeless.
Get you some more shade. We're gonna go right
Still
there.
into criminal
All right, let me
activity.
move a little bit so we don't.
And I did an armed robbery.
We're gonna move the feet
to be able to provide for my child,
This
to
is gonna
show
help everyone.
show my baby's mom some sort of stability. I needed an apartment, I needed diapers, I needed stuff, and I didn't know no other way. In my mind, I didn't know no other way because I hadn't addressed my significant childhood trauma. When I went into prison in Arizona, I took every program I could. I was done. I was done. God had relieved me from the devil's oppression. A lot of millennials say YOLO stands for you only live once. For me, it stands for yanked out of Lucifer's oppression. Is all I ask, honestly. I'm not going to be up here for very much longer. I ain't got a lot to say. I just want people to know where I was at. I was 13 at the age of that offense. It took them 3 years to build a case. In Oregon, if you're 15 years or older and you commit any of the Measure 11 crimes, which is mandatory minimums, they charge you as an adult. They convicted me when I was 16 years old, but charged me as a juvenile because it took forever for all that stuff to come out. And the families didn't want to press charges, and once the cops got involved, the state picked up the charges. So with all that being said, honestly, I don't have a lot to say. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding. I tried to tell people I was coming out here. I'm not a bad dude. It's all I ask is that you judge me based off the content of my character. So over the last 9 months, after I got out of prison, I'm going to tell you some of the things I did, because I had goals while I was in prison. God gave me goals. I'm setting up a ministry called Branch Crew Ministries. It's an acronym. Branch Crew stands for Believe, Repent, a New Changed Heart. And Crew stands for Christ Revealed Eternal
That's
Way.
right, because I get tired of it.
It's going to be for trouble youth next month. As I'm sitting there reading my Bible in prison, you know, the devil attacks us in many ways. There was a point
That's
where I
right.
didn't want to come through those gates
When the
because of
trolls come on, I hope everybody's listening, because when the trolls come on, we're going to eat them up.
People on the internet
We're
are
going
very
to eat
mean.
their butts
They're very
up.
mean, and they're very hateful. And it's not everybody, but for those people, I will pray. I will pray for those people. But so with all that being said, I think I'm done. I'm kind of nervous. I'm really nervous, and I'm probably not holding this mic up to my mouth right. You guys can't hear me, and things are going on. You know?
We got you.
I'm in my head. You know what I mean? No, okay. So for the enemy attacking me while I'm in prison, here we go. This is where I was at. So with the enemy attacking me while I was in prison, I said, man, all I want to do is help kids in my position, help ex-cons. It's all I want to do. Well, the devil tells me, you know what? You're a sex offender. You're not going to be able to do that. And at that time, I was the lowest level. See, there's a law in Arizona that states that if they're going to release a registered sex offender from prison, they evaluate you on your criminal score. I have 13 adult felony convictions, none of which are for any type of sex crime, but it's because I lived out, I thought I was living outside the law. I didn't know Jesus. And so the devil tried to tell me I would never be able to start my ministries. And God told me, he says, don't you understand, with me all things are possible. I'm going to help you do this. I'm going to help you do this. So my purpose of coming out here, my mom has waited for 25 years for me to get my act together. You know what I mean? I wanted to say the S word right there, but I know that I'm on live stream. You know what I mean? So I didn't. I tried not to. If I cuss, I apologize. So anyways, my mom has waited this long. Is what my goal of coming out here was. God led me out here. I'm going to go back to Oregon, and I'm going to set up a group called Eastern Oregon Rising. All right? And is what I really want to do is focus on the education in our schools and what our kids are being fed. I also want to focus on, I don't think, as a victim of sexual abuse, I don't think a full-grown man, because he puts on a dress, should be able to go in the bathroom with anybody's daughter.
Yeah.
And I'll speak out about it. I'll speak out about it. I have no problem speaking out about it. You know what? I love it. I honestly, I love it because God led me out here. God put me on this stage. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored, and I only listen to one person. So, with all that being said, I've been attacked, but I'm going to tell you 2 things I've done in the last 9 months that were the most productive things I've done. I have a friend. His name is Scotty Pollard. He was in the 2nd Infantry Division. He was a combat veteran. He was a medic in the military. He was in a combat zone. President Clinton came and visited the combat zone. Or whatever, around the combat zone. Anyways, he got a letter from President Clinton for running the cleanest ambulance in the 2nd Infantry Division. I helped him get out of prison 2 months early on a trans leave while I was still on parole. And I fought for him to get out because I knew he had it. That was one of the good things that I did. And the other thing was I found a missing persons in Portland, Oregon that had been missing for 2 weeks. We went to go find her. She was my lead sister from work, and he asked if I would go down to Portland to find her. I said, good, man, look at my tattoos, I'll fit right in. Right? So we go down there, and we're in a store. I had the whole church praying for us the whole time we were down there. And we go in a store because I was thirsty. We were arguing about which way to turn, and I said we should probably go down this way. We ain't gone down that way yet. So we go down that way, and we're in the store, and we're buying stuff, and I got the sodas in my hand, and he's got all the chips and the candy and the goodies in his hand. And I'm standing right next to him. He drops everything, and he says, there's my sister. And he runs out the store. Funny story is the security guy outside the store ran inside because he thought something bad was going to happen. That was pretty funny. But we found her within 2.5 hours of being there and brought her back to her mom. So those are probably the two things that people should know about me. Everybody wants to talk about the bad things. Well, let's talk about the good things. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say. You got anything to say? Oh, hi Mom, hi Scotty, and hi Cody. That's it. I made it.
Yeah.
Before you guys leave, just quick question. So what led you to this moment, to 1776? Because you guys drove all the way from Oregon, right? Yeah.
God. Honestly, God led me out here. The enemy tried to attack me on the way out here. I told her, I said, look, the enemy's going to try to stop us from going to where we're going. I know it. You know what I mean? I've been dealing with the spiritual warfare for a long time, and I truly believe in it. So we wake up the next morning after I told her that, and we're getting ready to leave, and the tire has a flat car. I mean, the car has a flat tire. So, but God led us out here. Honestly, I'm blessed to be here, and I thank you guys. I thank you guys, and I respect every one of you. I love every one of you.
Love you too, Frankie!
Give him a round of applause.
Okay, we got the ammo for the
AJ,
trolls when
where
they
you
come
at,
out.
buddy?
We got the ammo for the trolls when
Anybody
they
have
come
eyes
out.
on AJ? All right. All right, let's give it up for AJ. He has a few words he'd like to share with everyone.
Jennifer!
Okay. Few minutes, okay. That's an hour. That means an hour, right?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to come up here and tell you a couple words and a little bit on why I'm here. But first I'm going to start it off with, I hope y'all are having a great day so far. Yep, I can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait for X-Ray to get here.
Yep.
Really have missed him, so. But reason why I'm here is, at first I really didn't know why I was here. But recently I've really found out why I'm here and why God wants me here instead of somewhere else. And it's hard to describe, but I feel like it's to keep these people, all of y'all and everyone who is coming going. Because I feel like no matter what, I'm always helping everybody here out, if it's in some way, shape, or form. And I'm glad that I'm able to help out, even donating money or helping out with the kitchen or any cleaning or anything anybody needs me to do. I feel like it always helps out. So at first I really didn't know why God wanted me to do it, but I feel like I know it has a purpose in some way, shape, or form. I have a purpose for being here, and I don't know completely why, but I don't know if I ever will know why. But that's for God to know and for me to try and learn and find out. I listen to His word. And I want to tell y'all that God has a purpose for you, and no matter what it is, all you have to do is just push on. No matter what anybody throws at you, no matter what anybody says to you, you do what you want. It's your choice in life. You have to keep going. Like, let's put this in perspective. If you find a dog, like, if I say you want $10, or you want $10, right? Yeah, what happens if I crumble it into a ball? Would you still want it? Yeah. What happens if I put it on the ground and step on it? You'd still want it, because it's money. Well, sometimes that's what happens with our life too. We feel like we got crumbled up into a ball or stepped on. But no matter what, we have to push through in life. If not, then we're just gonna give up and stay where we are and eventually just decrease. We need to keep our hopes high and
are you
our
watching
faith high as well.
you stupid
Raise
trolls?
Don't
You
give
think
us a fear.
homeschool is stupid?
You shouldn't
Listen to
fear
this
anything.
kid.
It's your choice on what to do with your life, and you choose how far you go. It's not God's choice. It's your choice. He gave you that choice. He gave you the choice, the freedom of speech, the freedom to breathe, the freedom to live wherever you want, to do what you want with your life. It's not my decision. It's not Joe Biden's decision. It's not Trump's decision either. It's your decision. Final words for me is that I want to thank our streamers here. I really want to thank y'all. For all the people watching wouldn't really know who to go to since they're not here. There's some people who can't be here because of financially or jobs or anything, but know that I'm with you and I support how you support us. I love it. I love how much support we get. If I wouldn't be here. It's you who support us, or like our backbone, who's there for us when we need it. I want to thank you all, and for letting me be up here to speak. And I love every one of you. I love you.
Whoa.
Thank you. And I will do a mic drop, but this is too expensive for me.
How did you get your name? Dinner Bell.
Yeah.
How did you get Dinner Bell?
Okay.
Suck
Reason
it
why I
up,
got
trolls.
Dinner Bell is because in California, Sacramento, and TPC, when we went to California, Sacramento at the drag strip, I was holding a sign that said donations for a megaphone. And somebody, a really good friend, came up and went out of the convoy after the convoy and going through Sacramento, went to Harbor Freight, I think, and got me a megaphone. And after that, the kitchen told me that they'd let me have a job by yelling out dinner. No, I didn't. They recommended it to me. No, I didn't. Y'all gave me the name Dinner Bell. What am I, a cow? Give me one of those necklaces with a bell on it. Ding, ding, ding. But yeah, that's how I got the name, by yelling it out. Plus, I don't know why they didn't give me a different name. I yell out random things with the megaphone. I yelled out about our freedom, about our rights, why I think we should, your life, your choice, and a lot of other things. Simon says.
Simon says.
What do we say, AJ?
Simon says, you can be free.
Freedom!
Freedom! I love you all. I'm going to hand this over to Victoria.
Okay, you trolls. Did you hear that? How smart that young man.
Dinner Bell AG on YouTube. You can look him up. And how many subscribers do you have?
Nice.
1,300. And how old are you? 13.
Yeah.
1,300 subscribers, and he's only 13 years old. So if he can do it, we
Eat
can
it
do
up,
it.
trolls.
Right?
Say homeschooling's not good. Look at that boy. He's got more on his shoulders than you trolls will ever have.
1 second.
Way to go, bud. That's awesome. He's going to be the next president.
Okay, we have a quick interruption here, a housekeeping announcement.
About 23 years.
So we rent this lot. The owners of the property are so gracious to rent it out and have it zoned off for us. So we have several people that are parked outside the cones. Please, if that is one of you, please get your car and move it. We have an overflow parking lot today, and we need a spot or two open near the kitchen area so that when Instacart comes, when we get deliveries for food for the reefer, they have a place to park. The two cars that are over there, if we could have them move, that would be great. They can move. If you see that you're outside of the line, please move your vehicle if you parked in that general area. Okay, I see a Cadillac, I see a gold vehicle, and then a white van. Okay. Yeah, there's a big cone area over there where you can park, just for for today. So they have given us overflow parking for today's event. So if we could have the white van moved, the gold vehicle, I think it's Nona's car, the white van, I'm sorry, I think that is Rose's vehicle, and the Cadillac over here. Okay. And my blue car. I'm guilty too. Okay, next up, we have Wild Bill. Give it up for Wild Bill. He has become the 1771 auctioneer.
He did really good yesterday.
Okay.
I tell you, man, that little 13-year-old boy AJ, he's really something else. I tell you, I'm gonna tell you a little something about what he did yesterday. Brought tears to my eyes. Him and I was sitting over here at the silent auction place. There's a Trump cutting board over there. And I said, I kind of like that. And I walked away from there. I was sitting over here after the rally was over. AJ comes up to me, hands me his Trump board. Yeah. And I said, well, you got it, huh? He said, yeah. He said, I didn't really want it. He said, I got it for you. And I tell you, that meant a lot. You got a big heart, AJ.
Yeah, the trolls you can eat up. Look at that young man. He's got more on his shoulders than you will ever have in your whole body.
You gonna show them? Okay. I got this handmade art set. We're selling them 2 for 1 money. The lady's gonna bring them around and show them to you. And I hope you all don't get like you did yesterday. After you ate, y'all fell asleep. I want you to be awake today. We got some good stuff coming at you today.
Unless they moved it or something in a different place, but they're talking about over there by it's off. Oh, okay, then they moved it. Okay.
Yeah, I can see over there.
60 down, towards the
I just can't see back in there.
Okay. So I don't know if it's the same one that we're talking about, but it looks like
All right, where you want to start her at? Let's go $20. $20 now 15. 15 now 10. 15 now 10 now 10. Come on. We got to start her somewhere. 5. Can't go much lower than that. I got a $5 in that 10 now 10. $5 in that 10. $5 in that 10 now 10.
Where's those trolls at? They were talking about homeschooling and all those, but the kids don't know anything. Look at that! Look at that boy. He was very smart as a whip.
$10 in that 15. $10 in that 15. $10 in that 15. $10 in that 15. Yep. I got 15 now 20. $15 in that 20 now 20. $20 in that 5. $20 in that 5. 25 now 30. $25 in now 30 now 30. 25 in now 30. 30 now 45. $30 now 5. $30 now 5. All in, all done. Go once. Twice. Go.
Yeah. We're no longer streamers. We are the people's media now. That's one of the girls on Stella. I'm like, why is she calling you streamers? You all the people's media.
Right, because we're getting more facts and more answers from the real media.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I got a bracelet set here. It looks like it's husband and wife, or okay. And it says "Let Freedom Ring," 1776 on it. All right, where you want to start on that? I got $10 now, 15.
Come on, Vanna, show us the card there.
I got $10 now, 15, 15.
Come on,
$10
Vanna.
now. I got 15 now, 20. I got 20 now, 5. 20 now, 5. I got 25 now, 30. 25 now, 30 now, 30 now, 30. 25 now, 30. Oh, you still in or what? I got 25 now, 30. I got 30 now, 5. 35 now, 40. 35 now, 40. I got 30 now, 40. 35 now, 40. All in. All done. Going once, twice. Sold.
There's actually better reception right beside us.
Right, but my Wi-Fi is in the truck, so it's running. Right. They don't want me to move it because it's right next to the barrier, not even in the way. Yeah, just like that on the way.
They have big rigs.
Yeah, these Walmart parks here a lot. The big long ones.
I got a handmade
Well, they should be
artwork
able to
towel.
make it through there, huh?
She's coming around with it. Where you want to start her at, boys? 15? 10? $10? 5? Come on, fellas, wake up. I got $5 now, 10. $5 bid now, 10 now, 10. $5 bid. I got $10 now, 15. $10 now, 15. $10 now, 15. 15. I got 15 now, 20. 15 now, 20. I got 20 now, 5. 20 now, 5. I got $20 bid now, 5. $20 bid now, 5 now, 5. $20 bid now, 5. $20 bid now, 5 now, 5. $20 bid now, 5. All in, all done. Going once, twice, sold.
You're going to win some one of these days.
All right, people, wake up. We got some flags here.
The old have Santa sign it, be worth
Second Amendment
$400.
flag.
Because weren't they going to do it before lunch so we weren't asleep?
And this flag can be signed at buyer's request. So if you buy the flag, you can choose who you want to sign the flag. If you would like it signed by the 1776 Santa or Oreo Express or Big D fire truck, either of them will sign it. If you want everybody in here to sign it, we'll sign it. Okay, where are you going to start this flag at? How about 15? 15? 10. I got 10 now, 15. $10 bid now, 15, 15. $10 bid now, 15. $10 bid now, 15, 15. $10 bid now, 15. I got 15 now, 20. 15 now, 20 now, 20. 20 now, 5. I got 25 now, 30. 25 now, 30 now, 30. 25 now, 30. It comes with an authentic signature. 25 now, 30. 25 now, 30 now, 30 now, 30. 25 now, 30. I got 30 now, 5. 35 now, 40. I got 35 now, 40. 35 now, 40, 40, 40. I got 45 now, 50. 45, 50 now, 55. 50 now, 55. I got $50 bid now, 5 now, 5. $50 bid now, 5. $50 bid now, 5 now, 5. $50 bid now, 5. All in, all done. I got 55, 60.
Oh, we got 60. Who wants to bid higher than that?
$55 bid now, 60. $55 bid now, 60. All in, all done. Going once. Going twice. Sold in the back. If you want that sign, just go around to whoever you want to sign it, and they'll be glad to do it for you. Oh, here we go. Y'all better change your mind, man. Y'all better start bidding.
Here we go.
These are one of these bears.
Hi, honey.
Patriotic bear, white bear with red, white, and blue 8-bit on. So, change your mind on this, man. That bear's worth some money. They've been bringing good money here. How much? All right, where do you want to start at, boys?
Dinner bell bid $4 on it.
$4. Now 10. I got a $4 bid now, 10 now, 10. $4 bid now, 10. $10 bid now, 15. $10 bid now, 15, 15. $10 bid now, 15. $10 bid now, 15. 15 now, 20. Oh, got a $50 bid now, 60. $50 bid now, 60 now, 60. $50 bid now, 60. Come on. $60 bid now, 70. $60 bid now, 70. Are you just holding your water up, or are you bidding?
I'm just cooling my phone off.
I got a $60 bid now, 70. $60 bid now, 70 now, 70. $6 bid now, 70. $6 bid now, 70. Come on, y'all ain't right on this. $60 bid now, 70.
They thought I was bidding on the bear.
I got 70 now, 80. $70 bid now, 80 now, 80. $70 bid now, 80. $70 bid now, 80. I got 80 now, 90. 80 now, I got 90 now, 100. I got 100 now, 10.
105.
110.
105.
Come on, it's only money.
Hey, are we still chatting on here? I don't know if my phone froze up or not. The picture's working good, but I don't see any chat going.
130. 130. 130 now, 5. 130 now, 35.
It's beautiful.
135.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's chatting. I'm going to turn off the stream for a while and let the phone cool off.
I got 135 now, 140. 135 now, 140, 140, 140, 135 now, 40. All in, all done. Going once. Going twice. Sold.